Hello, my name is Dylan, but you can call me Buttercup. Welcome to Buttercup Yarn Art, a soft-spoken video journal where I play with and talk about yarn. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If there's anything yarn related you'd like to hear me talk about, please leave a comment to let me know. The pattern I am working on is still the flax sweater from Tin Can Knits. I am approaching the end of the endless stockinette for the body, and will then be able to move on to the sleeves and the finishing that I have planned for this project, in which I am very excited about, and I can't wait to show it off. So, I have one thing, pretty much, that I want to talk about today, and that is how I choose what patterns to buy. I am fat. No two ways about it. And a lot of very beautiful patterns do not come in sizes that I can make for myself. I have a personal rule that no matter whether I am making the pattern for myself or not, unless it comes in a size that I could make for myself, I am not going to make that pattern. I am not going to buy that pattern. And this somewhat makes choosing patterns easier because I can just immediately eliminate a slightly worrying number of patterns right off the bat, which can be a bit demoralizing, if I'm being honest. I'll see these gorgeous, gorgeous patterns, and they just are not scaled up to a size that I could wear. I could go on and on for hours about how fat knitters like myself are willing to help designers with scaling to larger sizes and testing for larger sizes, etc. But then I would be here for hours, and I don't really think you want that right now. Maybe I'll make a whole rant or video essay, let's call it, about knitting while fat specifically, and crocheting while fat. It's not exclusive to knitting. But for now, I'll just leave it at there are some patterns that I cannot make for myself and therefore will not buy. There are a lot of patterns like that. But if I do find a pattern that comes in a size that I like, that I can wear, and has a look that I enjoy, I will then look through the pattern description to see what kind of construction might be used for the pattern, yarn, that kind of thing. Frequently I have a particular yarn in mind already and I need to know, can I use that yarn to make this pattern? The answer is yes. Great. I move on, start looking at, you know, construction, yardage. If I'm looking on Ravelry, I will go to the projects tab, see what other people have made using that pattern. Sometimes after I've bought a pattern, I will go and look through other people's projects, see what they've made, see if I like the results people other than the designer have gotten from a particular pattern. Come on, stitch marker. See it? There we go. And then I'll sit on it for a while. I will leave the tab open, come back, look at it, and think about it some more. Lately, I have been very picky about sweater construction. I, for whatever reason, don't like seaming. And it's not that I don't like the process of seaming, I have a mental block where I don't want to do seaming. Okay, there are lots of seamless sweaters. I have a similar block with regards to picking up stitches along the edge of a knitted garment. I just don't want to do it, especially for sleeves. I don't like the way it looks right now. So I generally avoid patterns that do that. I really like the look of cables, but especially lately I haven't really wanted to make them as much. But I'll go through all of these things and talk myself into wanting a pattern, then talk myself back out of it, and then talk myself back into it again. And depending on how many times I go through that, you might decide, okay, yes, I want to make this pattern. Talk myself into it more than I've talked myself out of it. Or I'll decide, no, I don't want to make this pattern. I've talked myself out of it more than into it. And then once it's in my collection, it just needs to catch my fancy when I'm planning a project, which is a whole separate that one is less well defined. And then deciding whether to buy a pattern. I will almost always have yarn in mind already. And I will go through my library. I'll filter my Ravelry library by yarn weight. Go through, pull out patterns I think might work. See if I have enough yardage. See if I think it would look good with that. And then if I decide, yes, this pattern and this yarn go together, I will add it to my project tracker spreadsheet that I have. Could I use Ravelry? Yeah, but the way that Ravelry works just doesn't work very well with my brain. So I don't do my project planning there for personal reasons. But I have a lot of projects planned out in my spreadsheet. Almost all of them have yarn already tagged. Some of them's purpose bought for that particular pattern. Sometimes not. There's a lot of background noise going on today, I'm sorry. Can't really control it. But for a while I was obsessed with socks. I made pair after pair after pair in a row. And I was just in a groove making socks. And then one day I just didn't want to make socks anymore. I can't remember if I made something else and that broke the spell, or if the spell broke and then I made something else. But currently I am in a sweater groove, really enjoying making sweaters and thinking about sweaters. So that is the majority of my project tracker right now. And I kind of go through phases like that. Ebbs and flows and that kind of thing. But I think that is all I wanted to say for today. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you again soon.